Chart of the Day Cafe for Tuesday, December 15th, 2015. Just going to read our disclaimer quickly. Trading stocks is a high level of risk, and viewers should complete their own due diligence on any stock or underlying that they intend to own. 100% of the content of this video and communique is intended for journalistic and educational purposes only. This video and all indicators, strategies, and articles herein should not be construed as investment advice. Thank you for your patience with that. I'm actually out of town today, so I'm going to make today's video super short, or try to anyway. Just wanted to remind viewers, we always go by the look of the Russell Index, and I'm not putting any new charts forward until the Russell is up and over this blue channel line and there's a more discernible trend in place. Whether we get there or not, who knows? As everyone's well aware, the market is waiting on the news out of the Fed tomorrow. Janet Yellen will make a decision or announce her decision as to whether the Fed will raise rates, and that will be the first time, I think, in about 10 years that the Fed has raised rates. And it looks as though the market is sort of expecting that she will raise, but who knows, keeping an open mind. So I think it's really important to step back and take a look at the monthly charts. So consolidation on the Russell through 2014 broke out, and here is where we are right now. The S&P up at this area of resistance, looking for some direction. Will it get through? Will it roll over? Keeping an open mind? Don't know. Dow, same thing, up at this area of resistance. So it's a really important area of the market, and that's why I'm stepping back to look at these monthly charts. I'm also going to include a piece. Jim Cramer on his show last night offered some insight as to where the market is right now. I thought it was a really good piece, so I'm going to include it with today's video. But at Chart of the Day Cafe, I've been sort of focusing on charts out of the technology sector, and I'll show you why. So we can see that the Dow, the S&P are all at these areas of resistance, but when I look at the Qs, they exceeded that area of resistance, made a little high here, came in through that ugly price action in August and September, but it's sitting in an area of support as opposed to resistance. So there's a high here, a higher high, and we're sitting at this area of support. So the Qs and consumer discretionary are the two charts that look interesting to me in terms of sectors to take a look at. So again, consumer discretionary high, same look as the technology sector, but we're sitting at an area of support. So with that, I'm going to peel through some daily charts that I thought looked interesting. Always for your further research, never making any recommendations, but the ones that are Chart of the Day past picks that I thought looked interesting here. The first one is ICE Intercontinental Exchange. When I look at it on the 1 year weekly, you can see that we had this really long area of consolidation, and it's come right back in. So we put this out, oh gosh, June 11th. So it had this breakout to the upside, and it's sitting here. That's interesting. And you know, it's always about price being up and over that 8-day EMA. So for me anyway, it's all about the 8-day EMA and price being up and over. So when it falls below, not interested. So ICE is one. The other one is Google. Love this chart. We put this forward to our viewers somewhere in here. It's at this area of support, and it had a nice candle yesterday. So if price on Google resumes and gets up and over that 8-day EMA, that's interesting. And the next one I think is Southwest Airlines. I'm going to show it to you on a longer time frame, 2 year weekly. This is a very rough area of support. I know it's a little bit below it, but it looks as though, I looked at some of the other airlines, it looks as though it may want to resume, and if price gets up and over that 8-day EMA, that might be an interesting one for you to take a look at as well. So with that, I will leave you, and don't forget, I'm going to include this piece that Cramer put out last night. I thought it was really good. Not cautious, you need to be, and as to why. So with that, I will leave you. Have a great next couple of days, and I will put a video out on Thursday. Thanks, guys.